On the 20th of January 2019, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo wrote an open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari. On the letter, he raised a lot of issues bordering on the administration of the country, security issues, and most importantly, the upcoming 2019 general elections. As expected, ever since that letter dropped, a lot of reactions, a lot of ripples have been taken all over the country. And even though there has been a response to that letter from the ruling government, ripples and reactions still continue to trail the content of that letter. Some salient issues raised in the letter by the former president is what will form the basis of our discussion on this episode of Nigeria Today. Welcome on board. I am Charles Ibe. Two erudite young men who will be helping us to shed some more light on the intricacies, the realities, and the whatnots about the letter addressed to the president. I have with me Alhaji Garba Umar. He is the Secretary General of the Buhari Youth Organization, and he also is a member, Technical Committee, Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President of Political Matters. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And I also have with me on set EPA Godson Migwe. He's the Executive President of GAFA DMC Worldwide USA. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, strictly to business. I believe you must have gone through the letter. It's been all over the place, and people have been reacting and reacting and reacting. Now, the former president is used to letter writing. It's definitely not the first time he has written. Probably he will still write some more. Let's start from you, Alhaji. How did you react to this current letter? This issue of former president is penchant for letter writing.
Yeah.
And coming at a crucial time like this, what was your reaction when that letter came up?
Thank you very much. The letter wrote by the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, to me, is not an issue. But him being an elder statesman, former president, that is what gives that letter even this little credibility for people to make noise. In that letter, he mentioned a lot of things, which I myself, I can say I can react to that, and I can give a very positive response. You see, at this time, I know Nigerians have already taken their position. For those that have made up their mind to vote President Muhammadu Buhari, definitely sure they are going to vote for President Muhammadu Buhari. For those that believe PDP was a failure, they have already seen the reason on ground. In fact, if Obasanjo will come out and tell the world that the government is so infiltrated with corrupt people, that alone can disqualify him to write a letter to Nigerians. Because I'm sure the PDP administration was not even infiltrated. It was entirely a corrupt system. In this case, he said, Buhari is a clean man. I wrote it. He gave an example saying that he knows the lapses of President Buhari because he doesn't have much knowledge in the area of economy, and the economy doesn't listen to the knowledge of a military. Of course, Buhari is not an economician, or I cannot say, he's not an economist. But when it comes to the issue of leadership, if we look at it, the person they believe is not an economist succeeded to raise up the GDP of this country to about 375 billion US dollars, which the so-called economists couldn't do it. The Buhari that is not a civil engineer succeeded in building roads, building dams. The Buhari that is not an electrical engineer succeeded in giving us 7,000 megawatt of electricity, which PDP wasted 16 years battling to give us even 3,000 megawatt, which they couldn't. So it is not about just English or making grammars to confuse people. When it comes, with respect to this letter, definitely sure the president believes if economy doesn't listen to the word of military, the insurgency will surely listen to the word of military. Okay. And Buhari has succeeded when it comes to the issue of security. We have achieved not less than 80%. It is a gradual process. There is no way you can throw in your white cloth or your white garment into a gutter and then you bring it back and you expect to be clean at the same time. Okay. It's a gradual process. Right. Excuse me, I want to tell you that if anybody wants to talk about the issue of security in this country, they should be specific and they should stop giving out rumors. They should try to base their argument on realities.
On facts and figures.
Facts and figures. We used to be there every day and we know what is on ground. But most of these people are just saying insecurity, insecurity. When we started, there are a lot of issues of insecurity in this country. When we took over from PDP, even the Abuja, the Abuja wasn't safe. None of us here doesn't know about this. We are not even talking about the Northeast then. It was a no-go area. When we took over, there was an issue of a herdsman killing in Zamfara, and in Benue and whatsoever. So, without security, there is no peace.
All right.
Without peace, there is no way you can enjoy whatever type of country, even America today, without peace, there is no way they will enjoy.
All right, thank you very much. We'll get to the nitty-gritties of the contents of this letter. But before we move on further, before we really start addressing issues specifically, letter writing. A lot of people have said it is not about who wrote, but about the content. What do you really think about the letter, the writer, and the content in this?
You see, in the first place, Babangida made a comment. He said, if you are living in a glass house, you don't throw stones on one that lives in a glass house. Obasanjo is good writing. We know him as a former head of state. But this is the point here. Put Obasanjo, Buhari, Goodluck Jonathan, Babangida, all the rest of all these people are corrupt. They are the people that corrupted the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They are the people, they are not talking about issues. Even Obasanjo himself, who is a looter, he's the chief looter of Nigerian money, billions of dollars, which we are about to fish this out. This is 3 months I came back from the United States. Okay, my first time I met Obasanjo was in UBA Bank, 7th Avenue, Manhattan, New York. I'm not going to go into that place right now. 9:45 a.m. I still have that time. Now, Obasanjo is good at writing letters. Obasanjo is not writing the letter that I love Nigeria. He doesn't love Nigeria. Obasanjo was the man who supported Buhari 2015. Now, this is Obasanjo. If he don't get his way, what he wants, he can do anything. He can write anything. Okay? So, at this point, concerning his letter, the point, few things he have said, some of them are correct, some of them are not correct. But Obasanjo is doing these things to favor himself. He doesn't love Nigeria. So we're going to talk about those things. Because what he said is something that, now he's in PDP. Run back to PDP. It's something that will benefit him.
Yeah, but he has not really stated that he's a member of PDP. He just
he has said that. In many occasions, have said that.
Supporting the candidate. That doesn't really. He tore his card.
He brought his card out.
Okay, he has a new card right now.
He has his card. No, the first card. He didn't tore it. He didn't tear it. He brought it out because when I was in America, we were monitoring everything that was going on in Nigeria every day, every week, every month.
So you are saying in essence he never left the PDP?
No, he never. No, he's still a member of PDP. So what Obasanjo is doing, he playing the game of mouse and rat cards. That's what he's doing. So he comes here, he gets something, he goes over there. You don't give him what he wants, then he changes. So it's coming now.
You mentioned something that Obasanjo is corrupt. Obasanjo has done this and that. Does it remove the fact that there might be some facts, some issues that he raised that's worth listening to?
Oh yes, he made it. In that letter, I think I've spent time to go through it again and again. The reality is that, let's face the facts. Let's talk about it. Let's call spade spade. At this time, Muhammad Buhari, who is the president of Nigeria now, is a complete failure in so many ways, which I'm going to mention it. I've been avoiding press because many of them have been coming. I say I don't want to talk to anybody until I finish what we're doing. At this moment, our country, Nigeria, is dead. People are suffering hardship. Hardship is going through. You know what is happening? All these people don't love, you see, I don't want Jonathan, I don't want Obasanjo, I don't want Buhari say I love Nigeria. You don't love Nigeria. Because if you love Nigeria, the situation you people have put Nigerians into, what these people are suffering, what these people are going through hardship, going through in Nigeria, my brother is going to cry.
All right, we'll get into the specifics right now, but now, Alhaji, let me just bring it up. I'll point the top of the list of all he mentioned, most salient at this point in time, the 2019 general election. He mentioned specifically collaboration between the ruling party and INEC, and the collaboration is targeted on to rig the 2019 general election. How plausible is that claim?
It's not possible because all elections, not only in Africa, are monitored by international communities. And if there is any leader that will try to rig election, it is not President Muhammadu Buhari. I'm telling you, today, if Buhari know that the present INEC chairman want to rig election for APC, he will remove that man from that seat.
Not true.
When the party were doing the primaries, the president never interfered in the party affairs. What the president says, do the right thing. And the president gave his word. Any leader that comes in through the legal and the normal process is ready to take it. Buhari is the only leader or only politician in Nigeria that come out and said, vote for the right candidate. He never said, vote for me. He said, vote for the right candidate. Back to what my colleague is saying, that there is hardship. What hardship are we talking about? If you said there is hardship, Buhari is a failure, I won't be surprised because he said he's not based in Nigeria. So he doesn't know much about the Nigerian politics and the Nigerian situation.
All right, still on the INEC issue.
Yes.
Yes. To be specific, Buhari has stated it over time that this election is going to be free and fair, and I've also heard him give advice to people, don't do anything that will jeopardize the credibility of the elections and all of that. But then you look at, there are some issues that have been thrown up over time, like something like the issue of Amina Zakari and all of that. Finally, it was not really, it wasn't Buhari that made that appointment, it was through INEC. But then there is an insinuation that the INEC chairman, being an appointee of Buhari, is indirectly doing the bidding of the one that appointed him.
It's not like that.
That's the right.
Excuse me.
That's the truth.
Was Amina
That's the
in
truth.
INEC in 2011 when we lost election? Was the same Amina not in INEC the previous election we had 2007 and 2011? Amina Zakari is not even from the same state with President Muhammadu Buhari. She is from Jigawa State. President Muhammadu Buhari is from Katsina State. So I am from Yobe State. So definitely sure I am related to President Muhammadu Buhari. Being a Nigerian, I am related to him. You are related to President Muhammadu Buhari. He is our president. If I go to America today, the best thing I'm supposed to do is to identify with the Nigerian community in America. Because they are my brothers. If I die there today, they are the first people that will come to me. If I need any help, the next thing the embassy will do is to contact the Nigerian community. So the issue of saying somebody from Katsina and somebody is from Jigawa State, that she is Buhari's niece, Buhari's that, they're just trying to create confusion. And in INEC, there is no way you can tell me the whole people in INEC have the same view. You must have people that have PDP, you must have people that have APC, you must have people that even have other parties. that they like, not even PDP or APC. And the processes of INEC now, we are in advanced world. It's so transparent. This same PDP brought Amina. She was first appointed by President Obasanjo, former president. She was appointed by former President Jonathan. They introduced the card reader, and we all agree on this electronic system of voting, despite it is not 100% electronic. So the issue of somebody saying that Amina Zakari alone cannot rig Nigerian election is bigger than Amina Zakari. We are talking about Nigeria. We are not talking about Buhari or Abuja municipal election. We are talking about Nigeria.
All right.
36 steps plus FCT.
All right, thank you very much. Now, coming to you, sir, is it possible that 2019 elections can be rigged? Given what we have on the ground, INEC's preparation, they've come out, they've stated their modality, they've published it everywhere. This is how we are going to do, this is how we do it. Yet we are having issues. CUPP the other day raised the issue of rigging. Some political parties have said rigging. There was even a time that even the ruling party mentioned that the opposition are planning to rig. Now, why are we having rig everywhere at this point in time?
Muhammad Buhari cannot be trusted. One. And secondly, I want to make it clear here, because nobody's afraid to die and nobody's afraid to say the truth. Already, if the information we got that in London, Nigerian embassy in London, that's where the election has been rigged. And that election, the result is already prepared in a box and sealed. Then if we're monitoring it, we are watching.
But the UK recently said that they are not going to allow any rigging.
It's UK.
Are you saying it's a double
standard? Yes, UK is playing double standard. And we have told them that when we finish with them, they will start respecting Nigeria. Because they are the devil that are providing all the bad stuff that have been happening in Nigeria. In the first place, let me come with what you said. You said that Nigerians are not suffering. You know one thing? Why you don't know is because you are living comfortably. You have everything. APC, Buhari's government gives you things, gives you money. You don't know what's people who are suffering. Here, there are so many things when you see it, you cry. My time, I see in Abuja, not in Lagos. Now you will not know that people are suffering because you have never spent your time going in the rural areas, go to the cities, go to the villages, which you have done, which I have done with my team. There are so many places.
Not being seen as taking sides right now. He was not born in Aso Rock. He passes through streets and he sees people every day.
My point here is that you can get money, whether you're in Aso Rock or you're not born in Aso Rock or whatever, you can get money, they can send you money. What I'm saying here is that corruption has killed this country. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are fainting on the road, on the streets. Nigerians are going through hardship. Nigerians, in fact, I was buying something in a place called Gariki. Emekanyoko. I was buying something over there. And somebody told me that they were talking about that a woman and her husband and 3 kids cooked rice with only onions, pepper, and red oil. So when I heard about that, I cried. I went back to my hotel. I know what happened. I know what I got. And I came back. I said to that lady, take this. Go and give to that family. He said, do you know what you have done? You have saved life. So I want to prove. I want to know. That's why I told her. I want to know that what you are telling me is truth. You know what happened? I was taken to a place. I pretended that I'm not dead. I found it. So what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to correct you, sir, and say to you that the people that have looted Nigerian money in billions, they don't know that Nigerians are suffering. They don't know that Nigerians are going through hardship. When you pay people, you're paying them 15,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira. These are people that have families. These are people that have children. These are people that are transporting themselves one way or the other, going to work. And you are paying them that. And these people are suffering. And you are here. And you are saying that Nigerians are not suffering. Now, brother, I want you to go back and think about it. I want to say this clearly to you. You or APC or PDP that looted Nigeria to death, You people do not understand, do not know what these people are going through, because Nigerians are going through hell caused by PDP, you, APC, Obasanjo, Babangida, all these people caused it. And they think they are above anybody.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me.
They caused it. They caused it. They are looters.
Let me respond to you.
They are looters. Looting Nigeria.
Made your point.
What I want to say is this. Compared to what we have in the PDP era, Nigerians are not suffering now. That is what I'm saying. Because if anybody can come out and tell me that the Nigerians enjoy more during the PDP era, I will tell them no. This is the only government that so much care about the masses.
I disagree with you, sir.
You know, and I know. Excuse me.
I disagree with you, sir.
Excuse me.
No, that's lies.
Because when
That's
we talk
lies,
of
deception.
PDP, they have done nothing. You can't tell me I was not suffering while I cannot even sleep with two eyes. Let me tell you, this one that you are saying you have been to the villages, to the grassroots, I don't know where you've been to. I was in Maiduguri 2013-2014. We spent good 12 months without a blink of electricity. 12 months. We spent good 2 years under curfew. We go back home, 5 o'clock, come out in the morning, 8 o'clock. So virtually those people that normally hustle in the night, they can't do anything. They must relocate, leave the town, or they cannot even feed their families. When I'm talking, I kept sentiment apart, but I said the truth. And if there is anything, let me tell you, you see, when we talk about the administration, the promises of President Muhammadu Buhari, he started with security, which we have seen it. The Benue people can tell you there is security today. Borno people can tell you there is a security today. All this propaganda by PDP of Boko Haram attacking is just lying. Under PDP, more than 22 local governments were under the Boko Harams. But today there is none. And Buhari is using the same military the PDP era was having that time. Today we have not less than 18 to 20 hours of electricity in the northeast. When we look at the agri sector, the rice revolution, today Nigeria is the highest producer of rice in Africa. What was the GDP of Nigeria when this government came in? If not President Muhammadu Buhari, we couldn't even pay salary. Today we have $375 billion in our foreign account.
Reserve.
This is just 3 years. The people that spent 16 years cannot do all this. They battled throughout the 16 years to give us just 3,000 megawatt of electricity. They couldn't. Today we have 7,000 megawatt. So what we are talking about is the vision of the government. Buhari doesn't have much certificate, but I'm telling you, when it comes to education, there is something the PDP doesn't even know. It is not about the certificate. Education doesn't mean that you must be certificated. No. A farmer is an educated man in his field. Because if you are not a farmer, you will not know what he knows.
The program is Nigeria Today, and we have been looking at issues raised by the letter, the open letter written by former President OLUSEGUN Obasanjo to President Muhammadu Buhari on silent issues happening currently in Nigeria. We'll take a quick break now, and when we come back, the program continues.
Democracy continues with or without you. They're voting in every election, from city council to governor to president, because the folks who are voting know the impact that the leaders that they pick can have on every single part of our lives. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make some really key decisions about the life you're going to live, the place you're going to live, how it's going to work out for you. You're just saying, you do it. And you may not like what they decide. You might not like living with the consequences of other people's choices. But that's what happens when you stay home. You're essentially putting your future in the hands of others. And the truth is, that's exactly what some folks are hoping that you'll do. The only way to make change in this country is to get out and vote for the change you're looking for. It is not about the leader. The power of our democracy is in us. The person that you're looking for is standing in your shoes. You are the person that can save yourself from this. We are our heroes. We are our leaders. That doesn't change. And it doesn't matter who runs. It's on us.
Just vote.
You're welcome back. The program has been Nigeria Today, and in case you've been joining us, we've been looking at issues raised in a letter sent to President Muhammadu Buhari by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, we've already talked on issues of elections and some sundry issues about infrastructure and all of that. Now, let's look at the specifics. The crux of everything that's contained in that letter centers about 2019 general elections, the credibility of otherwise of the process and every other thing. He did raise issues of intimidation, government agencies intimidating people, intimidating opposition and all of that. Now, given all this scenario, are you convinced that 2019 general elections, they are not going to be issues?
The 2019 general election will be the most credible election we'll have in Nigeria. I write this. The issue of intimidation, anybody you see being intimidated, or the so-called intimidation, is just, or let's say, I don't even know how to put it. People have their own case with the security agencies. They were related to the government. When Panika was having issues with EFCC, they call it intimidation. But EFCC have their facts, because Kayode have his own lawyers. Let me tell you something. For Buhari to be doing all this non-selective, this tells you that he is ready for credible election. The issue of our former SGF, the presidency did not cite him, and it was on the paper that they gave ahead for him
to be prosecuted. All right, thank you very much. Now, are you satisfied? You've already mentioned the UK and all of that, but then Nigerians are being told, UK is UK, this is Nigeria. Given what we have on the ground, given the specifics by INEC, the security promises and every other thing, are you satisfied that Nigerians should go into that 2019 general election?
INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, is working for Buhari. Buhari, I've said it, I will say it anywhere I am, cannot be trusted.
But INEC is working for Nigeria.
No. Let's
Nigerian elections.
No, this is a name. This is just, there's something, there's something that, you show somebody something here, but there's something behind you don't see. Now let me say this clearly. Muhammad Buhari, is no longer qualified to rule Nigeria. Let me come, my opinion. We have traveled so many places. We have talked to citizens of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Without them, they have no government. Without citizens of Federal Republic of Nigeria, no government. Now, what am I saying here? At this moment, based on information last week, a picture, I'm not going to show that here. Now, Buhari, who is the president now, is not the one ruling Nigeria. It's not the one. It's just as a figurehead. Such a man cannot rule Nigeria. Nigeria is more than any man. Nigeria is more than you or myself or anybody. Nigeria is not a tribe. Nigeria is not a city. Nigeria is not a state. Nigeria is a nation. So at this point, this garbage that is happening in Nigeria got to stop at this time.
Finally, your last word. What are you telling Nigerians about 2019 general elections?
I'm saying it at this moment. No matter how they will do it, they want to do the election. Buhari's intention is to make sure the election is rigged. That he goes in as the new president of the second term, which Nigerians will not take. That will cause problem in Nigeria, because at this moment I'm talking to you, many people are angry on Muhammad Buhari because of what? Listen, 2015, I got the way, campaigned for Buhari, voted for Buhari, called Goodluck Jonathan. I told him, because you stole our money, you looted our money, you went to CBN, you looted money in the night with the van. I told him that you are not, I called him, I told him, good luck, Jonathan, you are not going to come back. But something happened that Buhari cannot be trusted. I said, let it be. But what happened? It happened. At this moment, Muhammad Buhari came at the initial stage. And the first time, he came with good heart to serve Nigeria. But at the middle of the road, he messed up because he surrounded himself with criminals, looters, evil people that have no good intention for Federal Republic of Nigeria. How much are we owing today in a foreign debt? 122 trillion, 0.5 trillion. That's what we're owing today. But formerly it was 12 points. Okay, what happens again? Now Buhari, who's supposed to come to something that is killing Nigeria, which is corruption, the billions that they have looted. Now there are some people like Idris. I told him, former IG, that has gone. I told him, what are you doing in your foreign account to show you billions of dollars? What job have you done? The Army General, what have you done that you have billion accounts? We have it clearly.
All right.
And get it.
These are allegations that are
no, not allegation. This is a reality. This is a fact. Like Atiku, who wants to rule Nigeria, a corrupt guy that have $12 billion in one of the banks in New York, which we have it. So we are coming up. This is just to say hi. We are coming up. After that, Nigerians will tell them, Atiku, Abubakar, Muhammad Buhari, give us way. Get out of the road. Because we need people to rule it. We need to pick up Nigeria. Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is in the coma. We can't continue with that.
Thank you very much.
I just want you to know that.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Your final word on 2019 general election.
My final word is that, I like comedy too much. And I want to advise Nigerians to at least be selective on what you listen to. We have so many comedians now going on the air, like the Buba Galadima. And my brother here is a very good comedian. I like the way he...
I'm not a point of correction.
So the issue is...
I'm a global evangelist. Your point of correction. Point of correction. I'm not a comedian. Don't use that word. Because I'm telling the facts. Don't say, don't use comedian. I don't do that.
And the president said, vote for credible candidates. Try to vote for credible candidates, and definitely sure I know 2019 general election will be the most credible one. That is all I can say.
Nigerians' 2019 general election is a reality. February 16, 2019 presidential and National Assembly elections. Please do go out there, perform your franchise. Vote your conscience. Vote the leader that will represent you. The credibility of 2019 general elections does not depend on INEC, does not depend on President Muhammad Buhari, does not depend on any political party. It depends on you, your actions, your activity, how you conduct yourself on the elections. That is the much we are going to take on Nigeria today. Thanks for watching. I am Charles Ibe.